Welcome everyone, and I think it's safe to say that all of the omnibuses that will be announced in 2023 for Marvel have been shown right now, so I'm going to be making a list today on my top 10 I'm very excited to get. This would have been a top 10 omnibuses for all year, but DC's only announced 2 so far, so I decided why not just do Marvel. The omnis you see on screen, the Spider-Verse one which comes out this week, actually tomorrow, and the Spider-Man by Nick Spencer Volume 1, well, they're not going to be on this list because they were supposed to come out last year in 2022, and there's going to be no reprints on this list because that could be boring and a seeming cop-out since someone else could already have that omnibus, and this list would really just be top 9 if I did that. So here we go, number 10, the Superior Spider-Man Omnibus. It has Amazing Spider-Man 698 to 700, Superior Spider-Man 1 through 31, and the 2 annuals. I have all 6 trade paperbacks, or I guess 7 if you count Spider-Man Dying Wish, and I also have the Superior Team-Up books and Superior Foes of Spider-Man Omnibus. I do not have the issues of Avenging Spider-Man, so yeah, there's a lot they could have added into this omnibus. I think there's about 5 issues of Avenging Spider-Man they could have added in here, which ties into, well, I guess that only ties into the Superior Team-Up series, so they would have had to add a whole bunch more in here, but I wish they did. Anyway, I love this series. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe how much I enjoyed it. At first I was mad back in 2012 or 2013 I mean, I was like, I'm not ever gonna read this. I can't believe they killed off Peter Parker's Spider-Man. But I was at my library and I read the first volume and oh my gosh, I fell in love. So even though I have the trade paperbacks, which I think have been out of print for years and years and years, I'm going to definitely get this omnibus with everything in it because the trade paperbacks do not have the 2 annuals in them. Maybe with the 2018 series, and maybe you could say Superior Octopus, they could have a volume 2 someday. Anyway, I'm very happy this is made. It's not one I wanted created, but without it, I'd be fine. But I know a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, just kept asking for it, and they finally got it, and I am so happy for them. And of course, that's why I'm getting it. It's on my number 10 spot, not number 1 or something. Also, I'll probably do a paperback review on Spider-Man Dying Wish when the day this comes out, which right now is June 6th. A fast one. This one is the only omnibus in this video that was already released. House of M, collecting the House of M miniseries, issues 1 through 8, and the tie-ins that went along with it. Super happy that this happened. I guess it may have been made because of the Scarlet Witch stuff in the MCU. Always am for giant events in omnibus format. I am waiting for Civil War omnibus and X-Men Messiah. What was it called? Messiah Complex omnibus. But this seemed like a must-happen. It kind of reminds me of Onslaught. It has the same cover, at least when I chose the cover for what I wanted, this cover. Same one reminds me of the X-Men Omnibus. I meant Onslaught Omnibus. So long story short, this was number 9. Already got it. Amazing. At 8th place, the Marvel Age Omnibus Volume 1. I didn't even know what this was when it was announced, but hearing about it from Near Mint Conditions channel, definitely a buy, day 1 for me, a pre-order for me. It collects Marvel Age from 1983, issues 1 through 34, and Annual 1. Now there's 140 issues in the series, so probably get 5 omnibuses to cover them all. I'm glad that this is labeled as Volume 1. In issue 139, it has Batman and the Punisher together. Yes, Bruce Wayne Batman. This is a full omnibus, basically made out of bonus features you'd see a few pages of in the back of collected editions. So this is a full omnibus of that. I am super happy. I love the art. And the fact that they have confirmed, or at least said, yes, everything is collected in here, even if it seems like, could they really reprint that since it has Doc Savage or maybe, I don't think Rom the Space Knight is in here, but you get it. Very happy. The next one is Uncanny XMen Omnibus Volume 5, connecting Volume 4 and the Mutant Massacre Omnibus. It collects X-Men 194 to 209, Annuals 9 and 10, New Mutants Special Edition 1, and New Mutants Annual 2, and the Nightcrawler and Longshot miniseries. I don't have Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volumes 2 and 3. I know Volume 2 is getting reprinted, I think, in June, as crazy soon as that is. But, so I'm getting into the X-Men right now for a collecting edition, so super happy this came out the right time for me. A lot of people, rightfully so, are not complaining, but they're stating, hey, what about X-Factor issues 1 through 8 or 1 through 9, because the other omnibuses that come after this have those, so why don't we have it all in oversized collected editions? And I agree with that statement. I do have the Epic Collection for X-Force, X-Factor. Oh my gosh, I'm not even writing anything down besides what the contents in this are. I'm sorry. But I get it. I get their statements. Anyway, super excited for this though. Never read this before, so another big reason why I like it. Just like with Marvel Age or the next one on my list, which is at number 6. This one was delayed to July, but still super happy. It's a thing. It's happening. The Marvel What If Into the Multiverse Omnibus Volume 1, and there's a Volume 2 later this year as well. It has What If Special 1988, What If 1 through 39, and Quasar issue 30. The biggest What If Omnibus so far. I have the first 2. Now for the next 2 coming out, which is basically Marvel What If Volume 2, if you want to think of it like that. I hope this gets a ginormous Volumes 3 and 4. I know issue 105 has the first appearance of Spider-Girl whenever that comes out. I think they should just have 2 more omnibuses after Volume 2. Anyway, another one I'm glad is in omnibus format. I like that these omnibus also pick up. They're kind of like a pick up and read adventure. You get everything you need under one cover. Yeah, each story is different. I just mean like for a completionist like me, I don't have to read the previous 100 issues or whatever to get really into these stories. Number 5, at top 5 now, I'm going to kick it off with Fantastic Four by Mark Millar Omnibus, collecting Fantastic Four 554 to 569, and annual number 32, Fantastic Four 1 through 4, and Marvel 1985 issues 1 through 6. Alright, I'm actually one of the few who knows and has read over and over the Marvel 1985 series, so happy about that. Now, this happens right before the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four omnibuses. If you know me, you know I love the Fantastic Four. Right behind the Justice League is my favorite superhero team. Having more of them in omnis, I have every omnibus to date for a Fantastic Four. Heck yeah. So, Classic Fantastic Four Volume 5 next, please. But yeah, getting this automatically for completion's sake and the heroes DFF are rare to me to read about because I fell in love with the series from the heroes, not the villains, like when I was other big named heroes like Spider-Man and Batman. I first was interested in the villains and the hero came second, but from Fantastic Four, it was the exact opposite for me and probably the way it should have been for, every hero I read about. Although I grew up with superheroes at a very young age. And as you can see on the screen, number 4 is going to be the Immortal Hulk Omnibus, coming out right now for July 4th. Collecting all 50 issues of Immortal Hulk and much, much more. 1,592 pages. One of the biggest omnis ever. And, previously they even put in more content under this cover. It has the King in Black and Absolute Carnage tie-ins. Or miniseries, or I think it's just one issue actually, but anyway, and Gamma Flight 1 through 5. Oh my gosh, I started reading the Hulk and I love it. It's amazing. On my other channel, The Real Super Sam, I did a review on the first 6 issues of Hulk. My third favorite omnibus to get is Thunderbolts Volume 3, collecting, and let me read it all off to you. Thunderbolts issues 64 to 75, and then it goes to issues 100 to 109, stopping right before the Thunderbolts tie-in to the Civil War event. Then it collects Avengers Thunderbolts 1 through 6 and New Thunderbolts issues 1 through 18. That was the series that Speed Demon was in, the Thunderbolt team at that moment, if you know who that is. Then it collects Thunderbolts Presents Zemo Born Better issues 1 through 4. A lot of people say that's their favorite Baron Zemo story, so glad that they decided to put that in there. So yeah, I guess the Civil War Thunderbolts issues are not going to be collected in here, but maybe they're going to make a Civil War omnibus. I'll bring it up again because they're not in this collection, but anyway, I have the first 2 issues. I love them, and I think we can all rightfully assume that they're probably going to make a Volume 4, or maybe even make epic collections of this, or they already are, so a lot more epic collections of this because, well, the movie's coming out, I think, in 2025. No, wait, maybe it's 2024. Hey, I don't know. I don't really like the MCU anymore. Yes, look on screen. This was almost my number 1 pick. It was announced at the very end, coming out at the very end of 2023. The Incredible Hulk Omnibus Volume 2, collecting Incredible Hulk issues 103 to 134 and Annual 1. Finally, this has been confirmed to be happening after 10 years. I am super excited, since the Volume 3 and 4 Epic Collections are out of print. So, I can just get this. Now, the only problem is this issue, or this collection, goes up to issue 134, but Epic 5, which is also out of print, I think, it starts at issue 138, so buying this, and then having Epic Collection 5, I'm missing issues 135 to 137, that would not have been collected edition, but that's my only complaint. That's probably the only reason this is not number 1 as well. You think they would know that, since they do that with the other Epic Collections and omnibuses? Like Spider-Man and Excalibur, for example. But super excited for this. Hulk fights Modok in this. A lot more with the leader. Oh my goodness. I am so happy this is announced. Definitely number 2 right then and there. And number 1, you have probably guessed it, SpiderMan 2099. And there's going to be a volume 2 as well. This one got pushed a lot. There's a little weird story with this, just for a stake in the ground. This was taken off. You couldn't pre-order it, and they relisted it at a higher price. So they didn't even add anything to it, I think. But anyway, this collects Spider-Man 2099, issues 1 through 46 in Annual 1. And Spider-Man 2099 meets Amazing Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2099 crossover issues with Doom and Punisher and I forget the other one. But yeah, very happy. I love Peter David as a writer. Spider-Man 2099 is awesome. Maybe they're doing this because of the Spider-Verse movie, you know. Wow, again, I've only read a handful of Spider-Man 2099. This is all of it from the 90s, so with Volume 2 being more modern day, because I think he had a series in 2015, and then with this, he teamed up with Superior Spider-Man in that one for 2 issues. I think it was issues 17 and 18. Anyway, of course, it's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man 2099. I think this is probably on everyone's list. I don't know, but you guys are probably thinking some honorable mentions. Yes, honorable mentions are Black Cat by Jed McKay, Omnibus collecting Black Cat 2019 and 2020 series, and a lot of crossovers. Apparently, the Iron Cat miniseries will not be in the Omnibus now, but maybe I'm wrong about that and something changed. I heard that on another channel. Anyway, and another big one coming out that's not on my list is Amazing Spider-Man Brand New Day Omnibus Volume 1. It collects Amazing Spider-Man 546 to 583, an annual from 2008, and the Secret Invasion 3-issue Amazing Spider-Man miniseries. This one comes right after the 2 J. Michael Straczynski omnibuses, and I have the first 2 complete collections of Amazing Spider-Man Brand New Day, which just has more than those 2 put together. It's just a little bit like, I already have most of the content, but hardcover did better than a softcover. I think we all agree. And there you go. Those are my top 10 omnibuses coming out from Marvel in 2023. So excited to get all of these, or I guess 9 of these, because I already have the House of M, or I guess all of them because of the honorable mentions. But tomorrow I'm going to be listing off my top 10 Marvel Epic collections coming out this year. So come back for that. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.